All right, welcome back. So today we are rebuilding the Dallas Mavericks. This is our 16th team of rebuilding all 30 NBA teams. The Dallas Mavericks are pretty much built around Luka and Kyrie. They have a couple young guys like Jaden Hardy, like Oliver Prosper, who they got in the draft late in the first, and then Derek Lively, who they got, I think it was 12 this year in the draft, alongside a couple other younger guys, but mainly this team is Luka and Kyrie. Traded a lot of pieces to get Kyrie, and then obviously they drafted Luka 5-6 years ago now. Yeah, you see outside of these top two, this team needs a lot of work. They picked up Grant Williams in the off season. 2K wise, not a massive pickup, but the real NBA, real basketball, it's a really solid pickup, I think, for them. Seth Curry is also new to the team. Rashawn Holmes they got in a draft day trade. Yeah, a couple young guys are also new to the squad. But yeah, I mean, this team, it's Luka, Kyrie, and then everybody else could pretty much get flipped. So yeah, I mean, this team needs a lot of work around those two, and that's what we're here to do. I mean, you have two guys, in Oliver Prosper and Derek Lively, who really realistically would be rotation guys, probably even starters. I mean, even right now, I'd make the argument that Derek Lively should start over Rashawn Holmes. 2K doesn't even have him in the rotation. But yeah, I mean, first things first, we're going to go ahead and trade some of these guys, just see what values are before we make any of these trades. But yeah, I mean, a really young team around these two guys. But I think Tim Hardaway is going to go for sure. Dwight Powell is probably gone. Rashawn Holmes is probably gone. We really need to beef up the center and power forward positions when it comes to 2K overall wise. And then the bench just needs a lot of work as well. All right, first trade I'm going to do is just flip Tim Hardaway Jr. for Clint Capella. Clint Capella, he drops pretty quickly after year one. But, as a starting center, 82 overall, much better than Rashawn Holmes. We have a lot of center play now. We're going to have to get rid of some centers, but I think that's a pretty good flip. Doesn't make us that much worse for now at the small forward position. Makes us way better at the center position. If the team's not where I want it to be at the trade deadline, I'm willing to flip Clint Capella again, or I'll just flip him pretty early in the offseason. But I mean, I don't think that's a terrible trade. Tim Hardaway Jr. had a little bit smaller contract than Clint Capella, but already starting to beef the team up just a little bit. And then I am going to go in and see what some of these other guys can get me value-wise. Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee, two centers, can get off my roster and can get me Karis LeVert. He may or may not stay. We also picked up a first-round pick, which I don't hate. I don't know if we necessarily need Karis LeVert, but he was the best player available. I mean, it opens up center minutes for Derek Lively. Rashawn Holmes isn't necessarily safe either. I'm going to go ahead and actually flip Karis LeVert and Rashawn Holmes, because it is enough money to get like an 80-something overall player. But yeah, I mean, some of these lower guys like Terry Rozier don't need, but just knowing that we can get guys of his caliber is nice to know with these two, that they have that much value. All right, so I was looking at a trade for Marvin Bagley. I had Rashawn Holmes, Maxi Kleber. I had to throw in Isaiah Stewart to make money work, and then they sent me this counter offer, 2 first-round picks, for Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Stewart. One of them will end up panning out. I don't know much about this guy, but another young wing to add onto the team. I'm willing to do this. I think I can move positions around to make it work. If not, I just built my power forward rotation. But yeah, Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Stewart, 2 solid young guys to add to the squad. Either one of them can be flipped, but I do like that trade. I did give up a lot of picks, but I think it's easy, or somewhat easy, to replace those picks. All right, another trade I'm potentially looking at getting DeAndre Hunter. I've thrown Bruno Fernando to make money work. They're not interested in it, but I think with a couple picks, should be able to get it done. 2 picks gets it done, so DeAndre Hunter's going to come in and be our starting small forward. Like I said, I don't think we really need Karis LeVert in our rotation. I'm going to make this a 10-man rotation. So right now we have Luka, Kyrie, DeAndre Hunter, Marvin Bagley, and Clint Capella as our starters. Then we have Isaiah Stewart running our 4, Jaden Hardy running our 2, Josh Green running our 3, Bruno Fernando running our 5, and then Seth Curry running our point guard minutes as a backup here. I don't think I need Bruno just because I want to get Derek Lively those backup minutes. So I'm going to look to flip Bruno and Seth Curry into a better backup point guard. And then outside of that, I think we're pretty good to start off this first season here. So like I said, I'm going to go in and try and get a point guard in the like 78, 79 range. All right, we're going to go ahead and pick up Cameron Payne to be our backup point guard. We lose a little bit of shooting here. He's still a pretty solid shooter. We also pick up Yuta Wannabe, who I'm going to flip in to get some picks here. And yeah, I think the roster is pretty much done at this point. And I'm just going to try see if I can get 2 firsts somewhere for him. Yeah, like we'll take this trade and hopefully that Lindell player can get me another first. We can get 2 seconds for this guy. That's fine. So recoup a little bit of our draft capital there. And then I do want to give Oliver Prosper the minutes. I am going to give him the Derek Lively instead. And I'm going to go ahead and throw Oliver Prosper into the G League here. And yeah, we're just going to get into simming because I have no reason to wait. And yeah, I mean, this is rotation we're going to run. They want to give Isaiah Stewart more minutes than Clint Capella. Not really mad about it. So we got a lot of power forward minutes. Center minutes are a little lacking, but I do like this rotation for year 1. So like I said, we're just going to go ahead and get into simming. All right, we're a day before the trade deadline and we lose Isaiah Stewart for the season. That hurts a lot. I haven't looked at stats yet. We're 33-21, 4th in the conference here. Obviously, I'm assuming Kyrie and Luka are doing their thing. They are. Cameron Payne has been amazing off the bench, but Clint Capella is probably going to go. I think I can flip him for somebody better, and then obviously we're going to have to replace Isaiah Stewart's minutes. Might be time to move Oliver Prosper back up. I know he's a small forward, but 6'8", potentially could run that back up 4. But yeah, I mean, Clint Capella is going to have to go. He's just not, you know, contributing at the level that $20 million should. Looking at a guy like Onyeka Okongwu, you know, I think we have the trade assets to make this happen. He's just 1 overall better, much better rebounder. Scoring wise isn't there, but he doesn't need to score. And I mean, he's rebounding the ball better, which we need. He is a slightly less efficient shooter, but he's willing to shoot the 3. Defensively is better. And I mean, he takes care of the ball better, just looking at their stats. Yeah, I mean, a little bit better rebounding, a little less scoring. Do I give up 3 firsts here? I'll give you 2 seconds. Perfect. They do it for 2 seconds. We'll see how he fits in the system. But yeah, I mean, just having a center that's at least willing to shoot the 3, I think should help us out a little bit. And then we're going to go 9-man rotation here. No backup 4 minutes might sting, but Derek Lively, I'm going to give him secondary position power forward to give him more of an opportunity to play. Yeah, I mean, we're bouncing around 3rd, 4th seed, so hopefully we can stay there, maybe go up a little bit higher. I haven't looked to see if there's any dominant teams, and then since we're here, I'll extend contracts before I get back into simming. We had Marvin Bagley back for like 2 games at most. We're absolutely sliding. Melo is just, he's completely fallen off. Is there anybody else I can maybe pick up in free agency outside of Melo? I mean, Derek Jones, he's a power forward center in the game. It's just ridiculous. Robinson Earl, I mean, rebounding wise, defensive wise, could be worthwhile. I'm willing to bring him in. He doesn't want a 2-way contract. I don't know. Is there somebody I can just cut? I guess I can't. I don't know. If I can sign him, you'll see that I signed him. Otherwise, we're just going to get back into simming. Okay, we did end up picking him up. He's going to be our 2nd straight power forward that I picked up off the streets that is going to get minutes. He did bump Derek Lively out of the rotation, though. But we'll just see. His rebounding could potentially help us down the stretch. But, I mean, just losing those 2 sucks. It really does. Yet another injury. This time it's Kyrie for 1 to 2 weeks. Jaden Hardy gets his opportunity to start. Injuries are killing this team. This is crazy. James Harden wins MVP. Wemby wins Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis DPOY. Jalen Duren, Most Improved Player, doubling his points. Evan Young of the Suns at 6'3", 19. And then the Sixers win Executive of the Year. Luka on the All-NBA first team. Would be surprised to see Kyrie. We do not have Kyrie. Any Mavs on the defensive team? No. How about rookies? No rookies. Okay, it's interesting. I guess 3.1 points per game is probably not going to get you on a rookie team. But we were 7 seeds. We have 2 opportunities here in the plan. We must not have a tiebreaker against the Timberwolves. Absolutely slid down the home stretch of the season. Kyrie is back, though. 10-man rotation. I think Derek Lively minutes in the playoffs is not necessarily worth it, and I'm going to keep him out just to make sure he doesn't end up playing and waste his rookie year, as dumb as that sounds. Taking a look at the stats, Luka played amazing. Surprised he didn't win MVP. There's worlds where Luka wins MVP with this stat line. Probably being the 7th seed didn't help us there. Kyrie played great as well. Don't know what his stats are usually in sim, but I usually don't have two 20-point per game scorers. Cameron Payne was great. Career year for him, coming off the bench. Hopefully I can bring him back. Jaden Hardy played well. He took a step in the right direction. DeAndre Hunter, kind of a toss-up. Isaiah Stewart was pretty solid when he was healthy. Same with Marvin Bagley. For what we need him for, I say he played pretty solid. Melo was pretty... that was just heat of the moment pickup. It is what it is. He only played 24 games. Yeka Kongu, pretty solid. Ended up with better rebounding, better defensive stats than Clint Capella had. Scoring was a little bit lower, but that's not that big of a deal. And then here's a look at the rest of the stats. Derek Lively was very disappointing. And then Robinson Earl was kind of disappointing rebounding-wise. Decent score, but rebounding defense was just not there. Even though it said he was like a B-plus scorer. So playing game against the Rockets here, Jalen Green and KPJ and Jabari Smith Jr. are their big three. Luka and Kyrie should be able to beat these guys. And okay, we did win. So now we're going to take on Zion, BI, and the Pelicans here. We also have CJ and Jonas Valanciunas and Dyson Daniels. Just your normal Pelicans lineup here. They take game 1, we take game 2, they take game 3 and game 4, and we lose in 5. Okay, I think injury-wise, just absolutely killed us. And, you know, if we stay healthy, I think we're like a 3-4 seed. And, I mean, you just saw a 4 seed went to the finals on the Western Conference side. So it is what it is. We lose Melo. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He played 20-something minutes, or 20-something games. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, we basically got to bring back Cameron Payne is the big one. I think Kyrie, I know he signed in the offseason, but I guess I don't know what he has. He does have his contract in 2K. Nika Kongu should be restricted. And then, yeah, I mean, Jaden Hardy should be restricted as well. So we're going to go get Cameron Payne and then just upgrade the team a little bit more. We have nothing draft-wise till 2027. So, you know, like usual, I trade away my picks. Mostly because this is so short, you know, unless a guy I get here is like the #1 pick or like this Tyler Williams guy, he could be a stud right away, or either of these two centers. But outside of that, like, nobody's going to progress by the time we're done. So, you know, it is what it is. Jaden Hardy we're going to bring back. And then we are going to extend these three. And then, you know, Jared Rhoden, AJ Lawson, I think played like a grand total of like 15 minutes all season. If that, so they can go. And then, yeah, we're going to get into free agency. Got to go get Cam Payne back, or at least someone of Cam Payne's skill level. One of the Jones brothers could be an interesting replacement. I get them a lot. But they're usually pretty solid. Monte Morris could also be pretty solid. He is a slightly better defender and a better playmaker than Cameron Payne. I think I go get him instead, lock him up for 3 years. You know, these two guys will wait out. I will also give Cameron Payne a contract just to see. They both want to come back. Fine by me. And then we'll get rid of these trade exceptions. And yeah, we'll just wait out those two. Backup center, Onyeka Kongu, obviously. And then it's just a fall off. I mean, we really don't have any money to do anything. Cameron Johnson could be fun to pick up. Kelly Oubre I could go get. Could potentially be a trade piece. I'll give Cameron Johnson a contract, and then I'll see if he takes it. He will take it, and then I will see, does Kelly Oubre also want to sign? Kelly Oubre wants to sign. Okay, so Onyeka Kongu and Josh Green are still sitting there in restricted free agency. Can't get Cam Johnson. Can't get Monte Morris. That sucks. We did get Cam Payne, who was solid, so that's fine. We got Kelly Oubre out of the rest of those guys. I would have rather gotten Cam Johnson just because I needed a backup small forward, you know, more. Kelly Oubre is an easy player to trade. And then, yeah, we just need our two guys to sign real quick, if that would be okay with 2K. I don't like that they just, there's that dumb, I don't even know if like glitch is the term, but like it matches the contract when you don't want them to match, like just take the 4-year contract, and then it screws up getting them back the next year. Just very, very annoying. And yeah, as I go through these weeks, I'm just gonna try and get some guys that potentially could be trade pieces to add on to the squad, and then, you know, hopefully somebody tries to get these 2 guys. I just need to make sure that nobody scoops them up, like right there. Match him, and then Josh Green hopefully also has a contract soon, and then he will sign that contract. The other 2 will come on unrestricted. 2 Hawks get a little bit better. Jaden Hardy, Isaiah Stewart, and Josh Green get a little bit better. Kelly Olynyk gets a little bit worse. Oliver Prosper, who was in the G League all season long, gets a little bit better. Derek Lively gets a little bit better. But our top 2 guys get worse. Luka getting worse is kind of weird because he's only 25. Kyrie's kind of expected. After this season, Kyrie I will trade, but I will keep Kyrie around for this year, and then year 3, I'll probably look to move him because he'll fall off the cliff. But yeah, I mean, some of these guys here we'll trade in the offseason because I think we're over. Yeah, we're over by 2. So yeah, I mean, we'll trade some of these lower level guys that I don't necessarily need. But yeah, we'll just get into next season. All right, so I think we're looking at Marvin Bagley getting moved with Kelly Oubre to upgrade that power forward position. I would rather keep Isaiah Stewart around. Of those 2, he played better. They both were hurt a lot. He played 63. Isaiah Stewart only played 54, but his was more like a freak injury, like a spinal injury to end your season is less rare than 2-3 different 1 to 2 week injuries. So I think that's going to be the move, is Marvin Bagley, Kelly Oubre, because I don't need Kelly Oubre. He was just a trade piece that I brought into the next season. Vooch could be interesting. I don't know how he fits in the squad though, but just knowing that there's a guy of Vooch's level. Miles Bridges back up to an 83. He could be an interesting fit as well. Aaron Gordon could be fun. I think Aaron Gordon will be the move. So Neal is also a pretty solid pickup. I think I'll flip him or move his position. But bring in Aaron Gordon to run that starting power forward spot. And then, yeah, Royce O'Neal will go ahead and move real quick. He could be the backup 4. So it could be Robinson Earl as well as like Kelly Olynyk get moved to potentially get a even better for. I don't know. I'll look around, see if there's any trades I'd like to make. Go ahead and trade for Ayo Dosunmu. Pick up a first round pick in the process. As much as I like to keep Dosunmu around, I don't know where he fits. He is better than Cameron Payne, but Cameron Payne fits so well off the bench. Yeah, I mean, career year for him. You'd like to keep him in the rotation, but I could use him and Royce O'Neal again to, you know, upgrade at backup 4. I mean, Jalen Johnson at first, another Hawks player. That is overall the best trade, so we'll go ahead and pick up Jalen Johnson. Hawks love trading with us. We'll do an 11-man rotation just to give Oliver Prosper some garbage minutes. Derek Lively being on the rotation kind of sucks. It is what it is. He didn't play very well. If Oliver Prosper isn't up to, you know, what's expected, we can move him as well. And then I might actually flip Jalen Johnson because I kind of forgot Isaiah Stewart's not a center. Might flip Jalen Johnson and Derek Lively maybe for some center minutes real quick. Bobby Portis and a first. Definitely willing to do that. Yeah, Bobby can come off the bench. Don't even need to look any farther. Welcome to the squad. And yeah, I mean, now we got our whole rotation made. Go sign a couple guys and get into simming. All right, year 2 Luka MVP, dang near triple-double, dang near 30-point triple-double. 29, 9, and 12 a game. 1.6 blocks, or 1.6 steals as well. Ricky Cousins, 81 overall, number 5 pick, wins Rookie of the Year. Dame, 6th man of the year. Let me guess. Oh, Jalen Duren with another most improved, back-to-back. I don't even know if that's ever happened. Evan Mobley, DPOY. Assumed Scoot was going to be here since Dame's 6th man of the year. But Jalen Duren is just a dog now, which he's like the most underrated player. Like his stats and his overall don't make sense ever. Jason Kidd, coach of the year for us. And then Brandon Harrison, executive of the year for the Cavs. So obviously Luka's going to be on the first team. Do we have anybody else? Not on an all-NBA team. Luka makes all defensive first team and then nobody on the defensive second team. And then rookie-wise, we also have nobody. So we ended up as the 1 seed. Got a little bit of a lead on the Rockets there towards the end of the year, but it's us and the Rockets and everybody else is kind of in their own league below us. Take a look at the stats here. So we saw Luka's numbers, Kyrie's numbers are still pretty solid, and then, you know, numbers haven't really moved that much since the trade deadline. There wasn't a ton of games played, so nothing really stands out to me as changing a lot. So all in all, pretty good numbers from the guys here. We'll be playing the Denver Nuggets in the first round. They have Marvin Bagley Jr., or Marvin Bagley III. We gave him to him, but they have no guard play. So this is just a big man type of team. We split the first two, then we're up 2-1, 3-1. Okay, little gentleman sweep here. Playing the reigning Western Conference champs in the Lakers. Lost AD. Not sure where he went, but that should make it just a little bit easier. Who got hurt? Onyeka Okongwu for the season. Okay, Bobby Portis gonna have to step up. He's played well as our sixth man. Played pretty well in the playoffs also. He has stepped it up in the playoffs so far. So expecting him to continue that, but no backup center minutes. That could get iffy, especially if he goes down. No ability to sign anybody as we're up 3-2, make it 4-2 win. Taking on the Grizzlies here, who picked up Vooch, so they've gotten better as well. Surprised that's a 6 seed. That does not look like a 6 seed type of team. As we lose Isaiah Stewart for the season, and now injuries are starting to stack up. We need some minutes from some of these guys here. I'm going to give Oliver Prosper some minutes. Hopefully he can make the most out of it, and it doesn't hurt us too much as we go up 2-0. Make it 2-1, make it 2-2, make it 2-3. We'll simcast here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like those injuries did end up piling up, and we're going to be going into a year 3. That sucks. I thought that was the year because we were rolling. So I think, unless Kyrie falls off a cliff, I don't think he will. I guess I don't know for sure, but I do plan on keeping him around. I did kind of change my mind. He's just playing too good to just give up like that. Need to go get Aaron Gordon and Bobby Portis back. But outside of that, pretty much everybody's locked in, so we'll go ahead and get those two guys. No draft picks, so yeah, see you at the end of free agency. Okay, they're both on player options. Aaron Gordon comes back. Bobby Portis we got to go get in free agency, and then we'll bring back Oliver Prosper. So Bobby Portis is our big get for the offseason. Can't really think of anybody else we need to go get. Money, couldn't tell you what we got for money. Yeah, it just looks like a go get Bobby Portis type of season here. Yeah, I mean, we'll overpay to get him back, but Onyeka Okongwu, Bobby Portis as our little duo at that point, or at that center position, I'm liking, and then we can get rid of everybody else. Jaden Hardy should come back, and then yeah, we'll do what we did last offseason, try and pick up a couple guys here and there to kind of fill out the rest of this roster. Jose Alvarado could be a solid pickup, or could end up getting traded. I mean, I'm just looking for trade assets, especially if Kyrie goes down in value. I definitely need some players who are going to progress, and some picks as well that I can use with him to make some trades happen. So yeah, I mean, see you once we get Jaden Harden, once we get into player progression. Kyrie didn't go down. I have no reason to make a trade. Luka keeps going down, which is really weird. Young Okongwu gets a little bit better, but outside of that, everybody kind of stays the same. I did pick up a couple guys just to see if I could sneak a little bit of progression from those guys as trade assets. Yeah, we'll get into the season, look to upgrade the bench just a little bit, but outside of that, I mean, we're pretty much set to just run it back. Okay, we're trying to get an interesting deal done to get Brandon Ingram. Maxi Kleber's down to his 68, but he's on an $11 million contract. Cameron Payne could be coming back to the squad. Just need to throw those guys in to make the trade work. I'm willing to give up 3 first-round picks. We have a ton of first-round picks just from kind of cheesing the system, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. They'll do it for 3 first-round picks. So Brandon Ingram is going to be our new starting 3. I think it's going to be a great pickup. We have 3 scorers, surrounded by some pretty solid defenders. Pretty much this bench is just going to be defensive orientated. So we're going to go out and get the best defenders I can find to fill out that bench. We're going to end up giving up a lot of picks, but I need to move Maxi Kleber's contract. Davion Mitchell's one of the best defenders, point guard defenders in the game. I'm willing to give up 4 first-round picks to make it done because that is a big overall gap. I honestly don't know if that will be enough. That will be enough. We've given up 7 first-round picks in 2 trades. Really, I mean, between Onyeka Okongwu and Bobby Portis, we have great center defensive players. Aaron Gordon's just a great overall defender, B+ in both perimeter and post defense. Bobby Portis Jr. we already talked about. Eric White is an A- and perimeter defense. Isaiah Stewart, honestly, might be our worst defender left. It's just a B+ post defense, but still very, very solid. You know, if we give Jaden Hardy some minutes, he would be our worst defender. Same thing with Josh Green. Actually, Josh Green is B+ perimeter defense. So I'm going to look to make him my 10th man, but I think that's honestly all we need to do. And yeah, just get into simming. We gave up 7 first-round picks to pick up 2 guys. This team should be better than last year. Pick up 2 solid guys. It'll be interesting to see what adding Brandon Ingram as a third scorer does to their stats. We have 3 20-point per game scores the last couple of years, but it looks like it's working for the most part. Kyrie's stats, he's still at 20. Luka's numbers are down, but I mean, he's still putting up 24 and 7 a game. So, I mean, whatever. We'll let it rock. All right, so we have 2 of our bigs are done long-term. Onyeka Okongwu's done for the season with a fractured left leg. Isaiah Stewart's out 4 to 6 weeks. So those are 2 biggest injuries. Kyrie's missed games here and there, but we're holding it down. As of right now, 52 and 24. 2nd seed, 3rd seed. We're absolutely losing now. Now that I mentioned, okay. What just happened? Luka wins back-to-back MVPs. I don't know what happened down the stretch there. Number 21 pick. That draft class must have been terrible. Dame Miller, 6th man of the year. Chet DPOY. Keontae George, most improved player. He's been solid his whole career. I'm surprised he wasn't, like, I guess Wemby, but maybe rookie of the year. Maybe I must have missed him on the first team. Peter Patton, coach of the year for the Raptors. And then David Powell, executive of the year for the Raptors. Luka with another All-NBA first team. He has a strained left MCL, 2 to 4 weeks. He's not coming out. We cannot afford for him to miss time. And then we have nobody else, it looks like. Nobody else at all. I'm surprised we have no defensive team, considering I built our bench to be defensive orientated. We're 3 seed. We're going to be taking on 6th man of the year Dame, as well as Scoot. Looking at stats, I'm very interested to see how these 3 worked out. Luka sacrificed some scoring. Obviously didn't hurt him to win MVP. And then Kyrie definitely sacrificed a lot. Outside of that, Big 3 played well. Everybody else played well when they're healthy. Just look at the games played. We only have, 6 guys that played all 82. And the rest of our guys missed a lot of time. So that could hurt us down the stretch. Looking at the Trailblazers, Shane Sharp's up to an 88, Herb Jones 82, Scoot's a 90. That team is insane, and they have Dame off the bench. This could be upset city, potentially. Okay. Gentleman's sweep. I mean, I wasn't very confident in that one. OKC, Shea, and Josh Giddey are dogs. No Chet right now. Chet is injured. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. We don't. 2-2, 3-2 them. Wilson Cass since it's year 3, but things are not looking good. Oh, okay. Oh, we came storming back though. No, we didn't. 2 straight L's on 2 straight teams. I thought I built pretty well. Didn't do a lot of heavy lifting. Just knowing I have all those picks sitting there, I do kind of regret not building up. See, I don't know if overall wise, like if I just get bigger, high overalls actually makes me better. I'm just looking at perimeter defense. Maybe should have went to upgrade Jaden Hardy. I don't know if that's like a big enough to kind of blame everything on that. I mean, he was my backup shooting guard. But I mean, I'm just looking at the defense. I thought our defense was pretty solid. We had scores. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Injuries kind of suck, but down to 7 and 9 now. That's the more unfortunate part, because now we got to go on a little win streak. Just the fact that we're almost halfway done, I'm still have a losing record. It's a little upsetting. Embarrassing too, not gonna lie. We have Brooklyn Nets. Mikal Bridges, I'm messing with his tendencies. I don't care. He's not gonna sit there and score 6 points a game. Coming off season where he averaged like 20 for them. But outside of that, that team, that's a lot heavy lifting to make that team a whole lot better. Because I think between Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges, Nick Claxton, and Cam Johnson, they have a pretty solid little lineup there. But yeah, that'll be a fun one. But yeah, 7 and 9 is not where I want to be. That should have been a win, but it is what it is. Other than that, out. Peace.